Hello and welcome to Tourism Matters. I'm your host Lisa Boulton, the Executive Director of the Calaveras Visitors Bureau. I have three special guests with me today: Staci Johnston, the Executive Director of the Calaveras County Chamber of Commerce; Michelle Stevens, Business Outreach Specialist with the Calaveras Business Resource Center and Economic Development Manager for CalEd; and Nicki Stevens, who is the Manager, Marketing and Business Development for Dignity Health, Mark Twain Medical Center, and also President of the Calaveras County Chamber of Commerce. So welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And as you all know, we've been requested by the county, and we've been wanting to work more collaboratively with more organizations. And so we've been doing some interesting things together, and I thought we'd start out by talking about something that we've all been involved in, which is a group called Accelerating Business in Calaveras. So let's get started by talking about how that formed. Were you there right from the beginning, Staci?
I was, and I'll have Michelle chime in as well. I believe this started as a collaborative effort. There was a USDA grant that was awarded in Tuolumne County, I believe, in which Calaveras County was one of the beneficiaries of this grant. And the effort basically was a collaborative effort between USDA, Small Business Development Center, SCORE, local business associations, the Visitors Bureau, the Chamber, the Business Resource Center, everybody coming together to identify needs within the business community for support and services.
Right.
And with that, we came together, roundtable discussion with individuals from each of these organizations and ways that we could work collaboratively to bring these resources to our business community.
Right, and we also, a couple of other players in that group as well were Destination Angels Camp, which is the economic development arm of Angels, the City of Angels Camp, and also the Angels Camp Business Association, I think, was involved too. So at that first meeting, it was pretty exciting to hear that there was an opportunity here for us to work collaboratively, and we all kind of jumped on board immediately and came up with a name for the group. And we've since been meeting, and we've been having teleconferences, and we've been bringing some classes to Calaveras County residents and businesses. Can either of you speak on one of those recent classes that we've had that's been through the ABC group, Accelerating Business in Calaveras?
Yeah, the classes have been a really great opportunity for our local businesses to take advantage of free expertise. So we've had classes that were on social media and marketing. We've had business startup classes. And then also we have some planned for the future that look at QuickBooks skills, as well as how to use Excel at a small business level. So it's been a great opportunity for us to marshal those resources that Tuolumne County and the SBDC were able to get from the USDA and use them to benefit local Calaveras County businesses and help them enhance their skills so they can be more successful.
And I think one of the ideas behind it as well is to make it kind of a one-stop shop for small business people to come and get all of the assistance they need from the different experts in the different fields, so they could get business development one-on-one sessions as well. Is that correct? Do they do some of that with you?
Well, through the Calaveras Business Resource Center, we've been doing a lot of trying to create that one-stop shop. And then ABC, that group, the Calaveras Business Resource Center, the Chamber, the Visitors Bureau, all the other groups are working together on that. So there's the class component that we've been working on with ABC, and then also the CBRC is creating that one-stop shop, and we'll also offer classes.
And Motherlode Job Training was also part of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did I miss anybody? Did we miss anyone?
We forgot Motherlode Job Training. But
okay, good. And that was an important component as well, because they really have their finger on the pulse of the local job market and can help get, even free workers sponsored by the Motherlode Job Training to come in and help out in small businesses, correct?
Yes.
And I believe these are all at no charge, correct?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes. And we try to schedule them in the evening so folks who are working all day long can attend if they have energy left at the end of the day. So we tried to make it as accessible as possible for the business owners in the community to attend.
They're very personable and very interactive. We want business owners to be able to engage with the facilitators and ask questions and really walk away feeling like their time was worth it, you know, that they've put in, you know, a couple of hours of their, you know, hectic schedules and they've walked away with a nugget.
And I think it's helping us all to partner with, you know, referring businesses to those parts that we don't address. So, for instance, the Calaveras Visitors Bureau we're helping to address the marketing angle. So people that need individualized assistance on their social media marketing or marketing in general, we can help with that piece. And then there are experts in the other businesses services that can help the other side too.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to talk about the Calaveras Business Resource Center, because that is a really huge asset for the county, and I absolutely commend you for being able to achieve this space. And I'd like to talk about how the Calaveras Business Resource Center got started, and then what facilities are there available for businesses to come and use.
So I'll take the lead on this one. So actually it's kind of multifaceted. This Business Resource Center came about as a project from the 2015 Calaveras leadership class. The Hubbard building in which we're located was empty for quite some time, was actually used during the Butte Fire as a donation distribution site. And through the Butte Fire and the recovery efforts there, we were able to have conversations with the Economic Development Administration, the EDA, federal entity, and they had funds available for disaster recovery specific to businesses. And so we were able to apply for a grant in conjunction with CalEd, and we were awarded a $250,000 grant to create this program. And so through the partnership with the county and offering us a very, very economical rate on this property,
Which you were just able to renew. Congratulations.
Absolutely, super excited about that. And again, shows a great partnership and collaboration with our county. And we're so grateful. So we were able to come into that building and transform it into what it is today. And so it is a center that is designed to provide support and resources for our business community. And that means entrepreneurs, startup businesses, existing businesses. We have our business outreach specialist is housed in this building.
And how much longer is Michelle housed there for?
She leaves us in October of this year.
2018.
So that was a portion of the grant that we were able to have her join us for 2 years, and that 2 years has gone by so quickly. So she has been instrumental in providing resources to our existing businesses, and she can speak to that. And within the Business Resource Center, we have a conference room, a drop-in office space, a computer lab, a small retail space for locally produced or grown products. We have a small printing service that we offer. All of these things are free for anybody in Calaveras County that needs a place to do business, meet with clients. If you're an in-home based business and you need time, or you don't feel comfortable having clients come to your home, we have a space for you.
That's fantastic. I know we've been having some business meetings there already. So, Michelle, how did you get started with small business development?
Well, I grew up here in Calaveras County on our family ranch, so I always had an interest in small businesses, specifically to agriculture. And so through my schooling and different professional endeavors, I ended up with CalEd, which is a local economic development membership association. Then through that connection, I was introduced to Staci at the chamber, and we found out about the grant opportunity and were able to partner on that. So that's how I ended up specifically on this project, working with businesses. It's personally an interest of mine. I like to feel like I'm working on something that really helps a community, and it's especially nice to be back in my own community doing that work. Not that it's not good to do it elsewhere too, but there's a special connection when it's the place you grew up.
And so I know that you give your services confidentially, but what are some typical business problems that people will come to you with?
So it really really runs the gamut. I've had conversations about really basic, how do I start a business? And sometimes it's really taking that first step and, okay, well, you're going to file your name and, get a business license and other things. Financing often comes up. A lot of folks are looking for grants. Unfortunately, they're a little bit hard to get a hold of. But also just getting prepared to get a bank loan, for instance, helping with that, kind of giving information about that, helping with, it's a lot of information giving. So letting folks know about the process at the county, what programs exist at the state or perhaps federal level that could help them out. Marketing comes up all the time, so it's been really nice through the ABC and the CBRC. I've been able to learn more about the resources we already have. So when folks are talking about their tourism business and how to market it, I immediately let them know, oh, did you know that our Visitors Bureau has a calendar and you can get your events on there? And when employment questions come up, I let them know, oh, did you know Motherlode job training? Most folks think of them as I'm trying to find a job, but the other half of what they do is helping businesses find the right employees and help train their employees. So those topics have kind of been the big ones that I've seen the most of. And sometimes it's me providing the direct resource. Other times it's me connecting them to existing resources we have in the county and handing them off to the expert.
And it was quite a coup bringing Michelle in, wasn't it? I mean, how did you achieve that? How did the Chamber achieve it? Maybe we could talk to you. I know you worked on it, Staci, but I wanted to bring Nicki into the conversation too.
Well, thank you. My involvement has been minimal because Staci has actually been driving this endeavor since day one. She was the one that established the relationships with the partners that she referenced. During the fire, as horrific as that was for all of us, some good things came out of that. And Staci and our administrative assistant actually were working diligently at some of the sites to bring about resources for those community members that found themselves with not only no place to live in their home, but after things started to really resonate with them about their life, it was the second piece of that, which was their livelihood. And so those discussions started formulating, and Staci really 100% has been the driving force behind this. Our board is 100% behind the work that she's doing. We've been really fortunate to establish new relationships with Michelle and Gerbex and the other organizations that have been our partners since day one. And things just kind of keep evolving. I mean, it's really exciting to know that this process is going to continue even after our grant ends. We are committed to successfully sustaining what we have set forth.
And I think your vision when you came on board has really helped to inform all of the things that you've been able to achieve, that working together and creating collaboration. Can you just expand a little more on that?
Well, I can remember meeting you in your office probably within the first month that I came into the chamber, and quite naive, honestly, and thinking, that we should be working together always. You represent tourism on a grand scale and do a phenomenal job within our county. And with the chamber, we recognize the importance of showcasing, growing, and sustaining our businesses. You've got to have both working together. And so that was one of the things that, kind of telling back to Michelle, is we recognized that Calaveras County really did not have a strong voice in economic development, and that we needed to kind of lead the charge on that and bringing Michelle in. And so it was from the get-go on this grant, it was factored in heavily that we needed to utilize resources that we had, and the relationship has just been amazing, and again provided greater opportunity for collaboration here on a local level. So now we have local, state, and federal collaborations that are happening, and it's a win-win for our county.
Absolutely, and kudos to Calaveras County Supervisors and the Administrative Officer for hiring on a new Economic Development person, Kathy Galino, who's doing a really phenomenal job too. But there's been a little bit of confusion about the overlap or lack thereof between what you're doing, Michelle, and what Kathy is tasked with doing. So I'd kind of like you to outline the differences there so people understand.
Well, I can't speak necessarily to Kathy's job description because I'm not necessarily up to speed on everything that she's tasked with. But I know the focus for me has been the one-on-one business outreach. So working with our existing businesses that have already made a stake here in Calaveras County. They've invested their time, their money, their resources here, and trying to help them be more successful. While there is definitely probably some things that Kathy's working on that aren't in my purview, we have been collaborating as much as possible. When she started her position a few months ago, we've been meeting somewhat regularly, talking about what's going on, and I have every intention when my time with the grant is done to make sure that she's aware of projects that I've been working on that might need to be handed off, as well as handing them off to Staci, because I know the Chamber is still going to play a strong role in the economic development picture.
So beyond accelerating business in Calaveras, we've also been working on a collaborative group that consists of all of the business association leaders and additional people, including Shelby French from the Calaveras Wine Grape Alliance, and we've got the current president of the Calaveras Arts Council coming to those meetings, and numerous people from around the county that are kind of heading up their own organizations so that we can all be better informed about what's going on and find other ways to collaborate and address problems within Calaveras County. I found those meetings very, very valuable right from the get-go. I mean, we've only, if we had 2 or 3 of them so far, and they've been very valuable. So what do you get out of those, Staci?
I'm excited about them. Oftentimes we all attend different organizations' meetings, and we're a part of the meeting and what they're doing specifically within the organization. This is an opportunity for the president of that organization or a representative from that organization for us to come around the table and have one-on-one discussions of how we can each benefit each other and how we can help to foster growth and support within each community. And I feel the responsibility of the Chamber, and I think I speak for you as well, is to really play that supportive role to our individual business associations or different organizations such as the Wine Grape Alliance or the Arts Council. And so this is an opportunity for us to hear from others and kind of put some action behind our words and behind our efforts.
So is there information on your website about the Accelerating Business in Calaveras group? And well, I'll follow on from that after you answer that question.
I believe there is, and
Okay.
so I'm not sure exactly where Sarah has that on our buttons, but definitely information about the groups that are involved and the efforts that we undertake.
Okay, so we have that information as well at gocalaveras.com, and it's in our partners corner. You just click on the partner links and you'll find all these articles, and one of them says Small Business Assistance in Calaveras, and that's got information on that group and all of the partners involved and how to get hold of them. So
Your website is outstanding.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's marvelous.
It is.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we just launched it this year, or this last year, so
Beautiful.
I'm very excited about all of the new content that we have in there. So before we wrap up, I definitely want to talk about some of the new programs that you're working on in the Chamber, and some of the ongoing programs that you've been doing for many years that have been very successful, one of which is the leadership program, which if you could explain what that is, I think it's highly valuable to the community. I'd love for people to be able to hear more about it.
So Leadership Calaveras is a program that was established back in 1996, I believe, between the hospital and the Chamber. I believe Larry Cornish, at the time, I'm not sure what his title was when it was established. basically a program to bring together individuals that either play a leadership role, are in a managerial position, or possess leadership qualities. And it gives them a behind-the-scenes look of Calaveras County and the organizations that are basically the movers and shakers within the county. And through the process of different sessions, our session is 10 months. And we want to expose, we have 15 individuals this year that will be graduating the 1st of April. We want to expose them to issues within the county. And part of their task is to identify an issue, create a project around that issue, and provide a solution. They don't have to solve it directly, but be a part of a solution. So in current years, Leadership Calaveras has played a role in our new jail in bringing that to fruition. The Business Resource Center was a leadership project. Last year, there was an emphasis on reusable bags and trying to, help decrease the content that's going into our landfills. This year's project was designed to provide initial or immediate care to individuals that are in a dire need. So it's called We've Got Your Back, and they are backpacks filled with immediate need items. So it could be for a child, it could be a blanket, a teddy bear, coloring book, shampoos, body washes. So they're filled with items that will bring some comfort during a need of crisis. So the leadership group is actively working to get donations to get those items out to individuals.
So are people able to contact you if they are in need of something like that?
Absolutely. So you can reach out to us at the chamber office. The phone number is 754-5400. You can also go onto our website at www.calaveras.org and find information there as well.
So your leadership group, I think it's really amazing how they get to see all of the important infrastructure that makes a county happen. Mm-hmm. So they meet monthly, is that correct? And you have a full day kind of field trip? We
do. So we identify topics such as tourism, and we've done law enforcement, we've done local government, we've done state government, where we've taken trips to the Capitol. It's amazing how many people have never even visited our Capitol and they live here. We do natural resources, water and land, and I always encourage our facilitators to give us a very hands-on experience. I say it all the time, we learn best by doing. So we've actually gone out and we've helped to plant vegetables at Metzger Farms, and we have picked vegetables. We've done a lot of hands-on work, and it's been great. It's a great program.
So, and another program that you're working on for this year is called On the Right Track, and that is an educational program for high schoolers, correct?
Yes.
So
this is an exciting program, and I think we can all speak to this. It's a program that is designed to empower our youth and equip them with much needed skills before they head out into real life. And
so needed.
And we've joked about it. There's many of us adults that could actually participate, and we'll probably walk away learning some things. But we prepare our students for college or life, in post-education beyond high school, but we really don't equip them with life skills. Mm-hmm. So how do you open a post office box? How do you renew your vehicle at DMV? How do you obtain a certified copy of your birth certificate? And the list just goes on and on and on. And so this program will bring all of those organizations together for a one-day event where we will engage our seniors this year. It may trickle into other grades. But they will get to run through lifelike scenarios where they have to problem solve and really maneuver through the organizations that they will come in contact with in their life beyond high school.
It's funny because, young people these days, they're so internet savvy, and a lot of this information is available online, but when you ask them to do a regular everyday task and research it, it's actually really hard for them because they haven't had the practice. So I'm really glad you're doing something like that. I have 2 older boys, and I've noticed this over and over again. So it's nice to see the Chamber doing something like that. Do we have a date set for that yet, or?
We do. So it's actually 2 dates. We'll be working with Bret Harte High School April 9th, and then we're working with Calaveras High School May 31st.
So thank you very much, Staci. That's great information. And so, Nicki, I really wanted to talk to you about something very important, which is Mark Twain Medical Center and the upcoming lease renewal with Dignity Health. I know it's very important. I know it's going to be on the ballot in June. It's not a political issue because really it's a win-win for everybody. For a yes vote, there is no downside as far as I can see. And it's very important to us as a tourism organization to know that we have competent medical facilities within the county for anybody that might run into problems when they're on vacation here. So I was hoping you might be able to explain a little bit about why this is on the ballot. And what the consequences would be for a yes or a no vote.
Well, thank you for asking that, Lisa, and thank you for your kind words as well. What we're discussing is actually going to be on the ballot listed as Measure A. And so there's a long history about how we came to where we are today with regards to the affiliation, because that's what it's called. It's an agreement that happened many years ago, 30 years ago, in fact, a lease agreement with Dignity Health, and that time CHW, and Mark Twain Healthcare District. So because they're a special district, the law now states that whenever they're going to renew a lease, it has to go to the voters.
So in other words, in the past there was no vote necessary, but now there is.
Exactly, it is. So Dignity Health and Mark Twain Medical Center have been providing exceptional health care in Calaveras County for decades. And to your point, everything is a win-win. There's really no downside to this. We are committed to remaining here. Dignity Health is only growing. They are a wonderful community partner and beyond. And one of the things that I'm really excited about is that because we are one of the smallest hospitals within the system, we're considered a rural hospital, we were recognized last year for our exceptional quality to care. And we were the only rural hospital recognized for that in that year. So that is a great attribution to our collaboration with Dignity Health. It is a reminder of the excellence that will continue and the promise that we have from them to continuously provide exceptional care to Calaveras County and beyond.
And it's not just about the hospital, it's also about the medical centers and all of the outlying
Absolutely. So
towns.
We own and operate 5 rural health clinics and 4 specialty care clinics. And all of those have been a partnership with Dignity Health and Mark Twain Medical Center. Quite frankly, I don't know that we would have been able to progress without the relationship that we've had all of these years. They are a vibrant and the 5th largest nonprofit healthcare system in the nation, and soon to probably be the 2nd.
And I'm afraid I have to stop you because we're running out of time.
Okay.
But I would just mention that it does not cost any resident anything to vote yes on this.
So please vote yes on Measure A.
Exactly. And thank you so much, all of you, for coming on today. Staci, Michelle, and Nicki, it's been an absolute pleasure. And thank you for watching.